I'm just gonna say it. Come right out.
Doing great. Thank you for joining me on this very channel. If this is your first time of joining us, this is just the right place to be, just like I always say. And if you've not subscribed, please endeavor to subscribe, because we have another interesting topic that we'll be dealing on today. You're going to enjoy it. Like, not just solely enjoying it, you're going to find it funny. So if you've not subscribed, please subscribe, and don't forget to hit on the bell. That bell shows that we already have new content, to remind you of the content that we already have new. And if not liked, please like, and like this video, please like our other videos, because everything that we treat here is all about motherhood, okay? Kids, motherhood, family. So that is all we do here mostly. And also, if you've not shared, please share to loved ones and family, so that they will come here and join us, so that we'll enjoy it together, right? So I'm going to join you right back. So today we're going to be talking about breastfeeding. I know the title, you already saw it there. And you know, I dealt on this topic one time, and you know that breastfeeding is a very large topic. So that's why I need to shift some other parts of that very topic here on this very video. So today we're going to be talking about breastfeeding after breastfeeding your husband, or breastfeeding your man after your baby, or during the time of breastfeeding, during the time you're breastfeeding your baby. Say that's what we're going to be talking about today. And I don't know how many of us have experienced that. You know, during the time of breastfeeding, your hormone already, just like the breast is just so sucky, and you know, the nipples, you're going to be hearing some of these things, okay? So it's not something that you should shy away from, right? Like I told you guys, we do everything encompassing motherhood, okay, and family. So you know, during the time of breastfeeding, your nipples usually, you know, it's usually thick and, you know, enticing and attractive. Yeah, so women can associate with this. Mostly they understand what I'm talking about, not just really when you are breastfeeding, even your pre-menstrual flow. Before your pre-menstrual flow start coming, you experience this as well. You're experiencing you know, tiredness, weakness of the body, like you're just like, you're so full, you're easily full, you'll be experiencing tiredness, you know, those experiences. Okay, that is what it looks like when you breastfeed. And today, like I said, breastfeeding your husband or breastfeeding your man after you finish having your baby, you know, during the time of breastfeeding, sometimes, like I said to you, breast at that moment is usually, you know, attractive. And when you are doing that in presence of your husband or your man that you had the baby for, you know, it's gonna feel arousal, you understand? It's gonna feel arousal. It's gonna feel like, you know, like you're attractive more. The, you know, every part of the breast now comes out, like you just want to have a grab of it too. And most of these men, you know, they don't care to go ahead to want to suck the breast. Some of these men, they suck. I don't know, most women also, there are some women, or some, or most, who know what I'm talking about, okay? So some of them, their man or their husband usually suck the breast, because, you know, during the time of breastfeeding, like I told you, man, or the man or your husband will want to, you know, have knowledge with you, like have sex with you. Understand what I mean by that? Okay, so at that moment, some of these men, they don't care, even if at all it means, you know, sucking the breast milk of the woman. Really, they don't mind. There are some men, they don't mind while you're breastfeeding. Maybe that time they might just, you know, like they want to have this, understand, they might have this urge for sex, you know. And in the process of doing that, many of our women usually feel so insecure. You know what I mean? But it's not just only insecure, they feel so tired, and like, please, anything that has to do with sex, don't just remind them at that moment. And you know, the reason why these are all happening, usually even while you are pregnant, or when you are fully pregnant, or when you're nearing time of putting to bed of your baby, you know, so much urge at that moment. But immediately you have the baby, it just like your estrogen, your hormone, everything just dies down at that moment. Except it takes time again before you revive. All right, it takes time before your immune start reviving, like, you know, you'll be eating normal, because at that moment when you're breastfeeding, whatever you eat, the baby sucks out. And you know, that alone will make you want, you will be losing strength. And even doctors at that moment to just prescribe you on the vitamins that you need to be taking, you know, blood, you know, tonic, you know, take vegetables and all those stuff to revive your, you know, your blood vessels, understand? So at that moment when that is happening, it makes, not even it might make, it makes your, you know, the urge for sex goes down, because of the estrogen you are bringing out and the baby is sucking. And when your husband, like I said to you, when your husband comes across like to you to ask for sex at that moment, you cannot refuse them. And when you try to refuse them, it takes an understandable man to know that this is really happening. All right, so if that man comes to you for sex, the only thing I will have to advise you is just make him understand this is what is happening. Some of these men, like I told you, there are some that don't understand what most women they go through, and there are some that don't mind. And the reason why they don't mind, what I mean by they don't mind sucking the breast milk while you're making love. And you know, on the side of the woman, she might not want to do it. Why? Because why that's, you know, sexual, you know, activities are going on, the breast milk might be full and might be pouring on the bed or the bed sheets, or you know, those things she might just look insecure. Understand? Like I told you, she might feel insecure to do that. So it takes an understandable man, and you, that is the man, should also understand this is what your wife is going through. And you have to also, if it means, you know, joining most of these groups, the breastfeeding, there's some groups they have in the hospital you can join. There's a group made for those that are pregnant. They call it prenatal, okay, prenatal or antenatal care, okay. They also have the ones where they teach you how to breastfeed. If it's that organization, you can join and ask your husband to join you and talk to the practitioner. Okay, you can talk to a practitioner that will, okay, take you guys to on how to understand each other at that moment. If is a practitioner is somebody that is into this stuff of breastfeeding or into this kind of stuff I'm talking about, you might make you to understand and, you know, just relate your matter to the practitioner that is into this stuff. Okay, they have many of them in the hospitals, why they have some of them in most of these antenatal care, where they take their only involved in anything that has to do with breast milk or breastfeeding. Okay, so that is just what I want to advise. And at that moment, you, the wife, don't feel like you want to shut your husband out. I know the sex at that moment, you might not have the urge to do that. Okay, so if it means calling your husband, don't shout at him. Okay, I know it's not easy. Even if I told you go ahead shouting at him like, you don't even understand what I'm going through. I'm here breastfeeding, you're asking for sex. You know, those things. Even that, that's why I said there's something they call you know, after delivery, those stress that you usually go through after delivery. You understand? That is what they call it. So the stress alone, I know how you feel, the woman. Like I told you, if you can register to one of these hospital people that practice you know, breastfeeding, that tells you, gives you advice, go. If it means like register, some places you can register, they also have the same likely situation. Register there and let your husband join you. They advise you, they talk to you guys on how to, you know, manage yourself at that moment. And you, the man, should also understand that this woman is going through a lot. Some men, they don't care, like even while their husband, the wife are shouting, they're supposed to understand and, you know, try to, you know, pet her, try to, you know, make her feel, you know, loved at that moment. Just love her the more and make her also bring her in. Okay, that is what you should do as the man, because having baby on your tummy for 9 months, and after that you put to bed, and after that, you know, men, they don't care, like they don't mind, they start rushing for that, you know what I'm talking about, the sex part. They want to have that sex at that moment. There are some of this situation have broken a lot of homes. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of homes that are broken is because of this, you know, sex starve after delivery of baby. So the men feel that the wife, they don't want the sex, and it takes some men that have dignity not to go out at that moment and look for another woman. That some, even while their wife immediately pregnant, because the wife might not feel herself anymore to have sex, might don't want anything that would be discomfortable. Okay, so she might not want anything that makes her discomfortable, so she might not agree for you to have no, to make love to her that moment. So some men, they go ahead looking for another woman to, you know, to cover up the space of the, at that time when the wife is pregnant. Immediately the wife is down with the baby, he goes about again and continue. Why? There's some immediately the delivery of the baby, and when it's time for them to have certain knowledge of the wife, they have, okay, they don't know that the woman is passing through while breastfeeding. They'll be asking for sex and the woman refuses. Please don't feel like you will not go ahead, you the man, not go ahead and start looking for another woman to, you know, to cover up the space, like you start going out, sleeping with another woman outside. Please, that is what I mean by it takes matured people. Don't, you the wife, you understand your husband needs sex. Yes, that is just how their brain is how their brain is functioning. Like that's how their brain functions. That's how their brain is being how do I say it? There's a way their brain functions. Okay, that's how their brain functions. Okay, they don't, some of them don't mind, but there's some that loving one to understand that this is what you are passing through. Okay, so don't shout at your husband, and you, the husband, also make the woman understand. Bring her in. Just if really that you can't deal with it alone, you can also go to other parents that already are in the same situation with you, relate with them, discuss with each other, and that is just how you're going to do. And you, the woman, if you are doing anything like pertaining to what you are doing for the baby, you are washing, you are doing some other house call, while taking care of the baby, you should invite your husband in to know what you are going through, because I'm sure if the husband knows what you are going through, it will make him not to go further to disturb you more on the sex drive. Okay, so it takes a man or a woman that are they know what they want and they really love themselves. They will see all the situation and they look for a way to resolve it. Okay, so this is just how to resolve the issue of breastfeeding after baby. Okay, so don't shout or don't push your husband away, and don't push your wife away. There's a way you two can unify and make it work out, just for a matter of time, and everything will resume. You, the man that always want to have it, you just want to have the fun, you don't even want to wait. Know the stress it takes to carry baby for 9 months, almost 1 year, and after that you'll be asking for it. And also be faithful to your wives. Be faithful. Don't use the opportunity to now start looking for another woman that you want to cover up the space to be to be having kind of knowledge of why your wife is passing through a lot, taking care of the baby. So this is just how we're going to leave it today. We have a whole lot of motherhood stuff. If you also want anything that you want us to share in line with this, or anything apart from this what I've shared, please leave everything in the comment section, and please don't forget to like this video. That is the only way you can support us. Just like this video and subscribe, turn on your bell for your reminders, and also share to family and friends. So hope you enjoyed it today. We're gonna meet on the next one. Till then, see you later. Ciao.
And I would do it all again. I just wanna make you